Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's having an awesome day. I am. Just got done riding for like the first time in a month. Been so busy doing other things, I haven't had a chance to get out and ride my board, so it's always a nice day to get out and ride. Haven't been able to train just because of this thing going on my back, but it's great to be able to ride because when I ride, my legs get an awful lot of work. You know, all the stabilizer muscles and everything are firing when you freeboard, so it's actually a pretty good workout. It's actually one of the things that I used back in 2013 to cut a lot of fat, and why I even talk about it like I do, you know, on a regular basis, because you know, I think that it's very important that you find something that's fun to do that burns fat. And for me, you know, freeboarding is one of those things. Freeboarding and running are two things that I just, you know, I just enjoy doing them. And if you can do something that you enjoy, like I said, it really does change the entire process totally. So I wanted to give out a goodie today, and everyone may not think that this is a goodie, but it is. It's actually one of the cornerstones of my dieting process that I used back when I got to 10% body fat. And what that is, especially as an endomorph, remember, this challenge for endomorph, so if you're not an endomorph, you probably don't need this information. So let's not waste each other's time. Find another channel that supports your body type. I'm focusing on endomorphs because I'm an endomorph. So this is advice for endomorphs. What I had a lot of success with was preparing you know, like a big bowl of food, right? A low calorie dish, or not low calorie, sorry, a low carbohydrate dish. And the strategy that I use, and it took me years to come up with this strategy, so I'm giving this away to you, and I'm really hoping that you will use it. But the strategy that I used was eating 150 grams of food per hour. So I would prepare these large amounts of food, like a big bowl of, you know, whatever it was. Back then I was eating meat, so it would be like, you know, I'll take like ground turkey and I'll make some big like dish with it. And then I would prepare that and I break it up into, you know, into different, you know, containers. And I would eat that every hour on the hour throughout the day. Now, the reason why I got turned on to this style was because it was information that I came across that, and you know, the individual was saying that it was fact that endomorphs are big eaters, and one of the things that you want to do as an endomorph is you want to shrink the size of your stomach. You don't want your stomach being, you know, larger. You want your stomach, you know, all like, you want it compact. So what you do to get your stomach, you know, this is a way of like tricking your body into thinking that you're full. Because see, this is the thing, if you eat a large amount of food, commonly, if you're always eating a large amount of food, when you do eat a little bit of food, your body doesn't think that it's full. And so what is it going to do? It's going to, you know, send a message to your brain, oh, I'm still hungry, or I'm not full. Well, the way that you get around that is you eat less volume of food. And when you get into this strategy of eating less volume of food, you'd be surprised how fast your body gets accustomed to feeling full with smaller quantities of food. So I urge you, start eating smaller quantities of food if you're an endomorph, especially if you're a big eater. And this also promotes the thermic effect of food, especially if you're eating a high protein diet. Throughout the day, you're going to burn more calories if you're eating protein or meals that are rich in protein constantly, because your metabolism is constantly having to digest this food. And this is a very real thing. Back when I had this dialed in, I felt warmer throughout the day. Just naturally, I just felt my body temperature felt warmer throughout the day. And maybe that was ketosis because I wasn't eating a lot of carbohydrates, but I really think that it had a lot to do with the fact that I was eating large amounts of protein per day, and I was constantly running protein through my body. Constantly. That's probably the only reason why I was able to retain the amount of muscle that I was able to retain through the course of that 10-month experience, because you know, I was doing an awful lot of training and I wasn't lifting weights at all. And I was actually pretty, you know, I was flat, but I was pretty muscular for how much weight I had lost and how much muscle I had lost. So, you know, once again, these are just, you know, ideas that worked for me, and I'm sharing them with you. If you can, you know, benefit from them, great. If you're interested in them, great. If you're not, great. You know, pass the information on to someone that may want to, you know, partake in that way of life, because that's what it is. It's a lifestyle change. I did it for 10 months where I would, you know, whatever it was, you know, it didn't have to be these dishes. It was oranges, apples, fruit salads, vegetable dishes that I would make that were mixtures of vegetables, you know, meats, different things, you know, but for the most part, I was eating a lot of protein back then. So, but there were these, you know, peripheral meals that were around my, you know, main dish that I would eat throughout the day, that, you know, consisted of other, you know, like micronutrients, because I knew that you needed to get micronutrients. I was just very, you know, timid when it came to insulin levels, so I didn't eat a lot of carbs during this time. I do take that back. I was eating an awful lot of carbohydrate. The only thing is it was all fruit, the majority of my carbohydrate, especially apples. I ate a lot of apples when I was on that diet, a lot. I ate a minimum of, I would say, you know, 2 or 3 apples a day on that diet, because apples was part of my morning, like when I would have meals, my morning meals, because I ate 9 to 5. Those were my eating hours. I ate every hour on the hour from 9 to 5 p.m., 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And my first 3 meals, 9, 10, 11 o'clock a.m., was 150 grams of apples. So, you know, and that was pretty consistent. If I didn't have apples, it would be some other, you know, fruity, juicy kind of fruit. I mainly used apples because of the benefits of pyruvate, which you need to read up on. I'm not going to go into them here because the video is getting kind of long. But read up on the benefits of intaking pyruvate. It's a chemical or whatever, not a chemical. It's a natural ingredient that is in apples. It's part of the, you know, the makeup of apples. You know, I can't think of the science term right now. Sorry, my brain's all over the place. But you know, look it up. Look up shrinking your stomach. You know, that's the thing, people, man. You know, you gotta, you can't like depend on everybody else for the information. I don't mind giving you the information that I know from experience, but in all reality, this is stuff that I studied. This is stuff that I researched. This is stuff that I sat down, butt in the chair, and said, look, I need to figure out how I'm gonna lose weight. I'm out of shape, I'm overweight, I'm spinning my wheels. How am I gonna do it? That's why I can turn things around. That's why you never see me like freaking out. You know, yeah, I may spin my wheels a little bit, but the thing is at the end of the day, I know how to get weight off. My thing is a sustainability effort. The sustainability effort is the bird in the hand. And I'm still trying to structure a methodology, if you will, of being able to do that for myself. I think I could coach someone else to be able to do that. But for me, you know, being a, you know, adult parent who's not really an athlete anymore, you know, especially, you know, when you look at people that you know, that are like athletes, they can stick to things like that long term. For me, I mean, you know, I stuck to it long term. I'm only at this weight because of the fact that I wanted to put on muscle. I'm an endomorph. I put on a lot of muscle. I just happened to gain fat with it because I didn't control my potato intake. I was just eating potatoes like crazy, so I was spiking my insulin every day, and I was feeling it because I was gaining muscle, but I was also putting on fat. So that's my fault. Next time I know to bulk in a different manner. But you know, at any time I could turn this this whole thing around and cut the weight at any time. You know, but maintaining sustainable efforts. That's what we're here for. That's what we're, you guys should comment. Help me. We help each other. That's how it works here. We help each other. Everybody benefits. Everybody learns. Someone possibly that I'm throwing nuggets to may have the nugget that's going to help me have a sustainable way. And that's what life is all about. Sharing, caring, helping others. Happy Thursday.